back up. I'm Mei Kinosaki, and your name is what? Have we met before?
Shut it.
I'm sorry, but I asked because you remind me of my first love. But alas.
So now the marriage swindler is flirting with me to save herself?
Do you like fast action sequences, comedic writing that actually hits, top level assassins? Well, do I have a show for you. Sakamoto Marriagetoxin is a terrific addition to the stellar spring 2026 anime lineup, and in this video I want to break down what's been going on so far. As always, this will be mostly for anime only viewers unless you're caught up in the manga and just want to listen to somebody rant about what might be the most underrated hidden gem of the season. Marriagetoxin is a 2026 anime that is a fast-paced, action-romantic comedy. It follows the story of Gero, a master assassin who specializes in the art of poison, and the marriage swindler Mei as they attempt to find the socially awkward but ultimately kind Gero a prospective wife to continue his bloodline. This manga was originally brought to us by the mangaka team, forgive my pronunciation on this, and Mizuku Yoda. Somebody's gonna really light me up for that. Handling the animation side of things, Bones Films has done the series real justice, with entertaining fight sequences and pretty fluid animations for a series that is kinda under the radar so far. Speaking of the story so far, it is actually pretty simple and to the point. Gero is the head of his clan of poison assassins, and he starts off the series as he's burdened with the fact that he has to find a potential wife to continue the clan's lineage. The only real problem is that Gero has spent his entire life training to be a top-ranked poison master, is, well, to put it lightly, socially stunted, and has only recently even begun to establish real human connections. And that social flaw is the key to the comedy in the series. Whereas Gero is always in control of his missions and able to get the job done, even talking to another person is a taxing barrier that he hasn't been able to break through. Eventually, Gero meets the social battery Mei, a one-of-a-kind swindler who becomes Gero's advisor and good friend as they attempt to fumble their way to finding not only a wife for Gero, but who Gero is as a person. I made a slight joke about it in the intro, but Marriagetoxin really borrows from what made Sakamoto Days such a fun series as well. Like Sakamoto Days, we get an insight into the criminal underworld while seeing the adventure of the day through the eyes of a very capable assassin, a goofball whose priorities are the polar opposite of what you might expect from a series dealing with superhuman hitmen. Both series really shine in the way that they handle the day-to-day life of the protagonist, and where Sakamoto Days follows someone who has already established a life for themselves, Marriagetoxin is a sugary sweet glimpse of somebody who's in the process of obtaining that same goal. However, that being said, Marriagetoxin is its own story, so while we can compare the two series, I say that instead of twin stories, maybe they're cousins. Marriagetoxin handles its stories and characters in a much lighter tone, really digging deep into the romantic comedy aspect of its writing, and really, that is where, for at least this video, Marriagetoxin really excels. There is a much more fantastical element to Gero and his companions. You can say there's a little less grit and a little more shine. The characters of Marriagetoxin are mostly a motley crew of really fun and dysfunctional people. Before we get too far though, if you could do me a favor and like and subscribe, that would mean the world to me. We're trying to grow this channel and every little bit helps. I've been told to also recommend this thing called Hype. I have no idea what that is, but if you could do it, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Let's talk about the characters. Gero is a 21-year-old bachelor who has really never had anything close to a normal social life, and although he is the current heir to the Poison Clan, a title of the highest regards in the dark underbelly of Marriagetoxin's world, he is just a guy at the end of the day. He operates with a strict code of ethics, believing it unfair and unjust to kill anybody who doesn't deserve it. He is still playful and emotionally stunted in a way. Although he's forced himself to live with the pressures of his clan's expectations, the entire reason for this story is actually more evidence of just what a stand-up guy Gero really is. You see, although Gero is the heir of the clan, that doesn't mean he's the only one in his family that can continue his clan's bloodline. Enter Gero's sister, Akari. Akari is the catalyst to Gero's drive to find a wife. She's also a specialist in the clan and was originally selected to continue the bloodline via arranged marriage. The only problem? She's a lesbian and has left the family to be with her fiance. And in the middle of all that, Gero was was informed that the family would no longer wait for her and instructed her to return to her role to continue the bloodline. And under duress, aka the family saying they were going to do terrible things, she agreed. That is until our boy stepped in and decided to make a change for his sister and to find out more about himself in the process.
If you agree to marry me, I promise to get you out of here.
What's really great about Marriagetoxin is that this show dives right into our main character's dynamics with the first episode, focusing on Gero as he meets his new best friend and partner in crime, Mei. Mei is the secret weapon of Marriagetoxin, in the sense that when you're first introduced to them, your brain immediately gets you thinking, oh, that's going to be Gero's love interest. Not quite. The twist in the first episode of Marriagetoxin, with Mei actually being a cross-dressing swindler, it kind of blew my mind. I would say Mei's most important feature would be their ability to empathize and care for others, although they are a total swindler and a cheat. However, the reasons they did the things they've done are actually for a pretty righteous purpose. They also have this almost unnatural ability to befriend people and to read a social situation, to the point that most awkward encounters come out in their favor. These two characters make up the chunk of Marriagetoxin, and it's really a adventure of the day format, with Gero and Mei getting into various hijinks and trouble as Gero learns to be a quote-unquote regular guy.
The Dark Nav?
Yep. Assassins, smugglers, you name it. It's the go-to app for any and all shady jobs.
And although a little formulaic, the wacky setup of Gero's criminal underworld playing host to their adventures keeps things fun and refreshing. In fact, it's not until we meet Shiori Urashino, the shy and timid next CEO of mega party planning company Balzac and current university student, that the formula begins to shift. You see, Urashino is being targeted by assassins as her aunt attempts a hostile takeover of the Balzac brand. And although our main characters Gero and Mei accept a job becoming Urashino's bodyguard, with the initial idea of Gero learning more about college life, it's at this point in the story where things become a little more real. Through the repeated assassination attempts and social outings, the timid Urashino begins to break out of her shell little by little, showing Gero that everyone is truly capable of change, and in the process inspiring him in his journey as well. It's also through their continued interaction that something becomes apparent. Urashino genuinely likes Gero, and Gero likes her, to the point that he puts his mission to find a wife to the side in order not to pressure Urashino while she's enjoying her newfound confidence in college life. And I'm going to leave it right there because the relationship between the two, although not technically a spoiler for the anime, is something that I feel is better off experienced firsthand. AKA, I think you should watch it to really understand what's going on, because it's a really great turning point for the story. Powers and abilities. Marriagetoxin is on the surface an action series with our main characters, Gero, being able to perform superhuman feats. The way this is explained in the show is that there is a in-universe hierarchy of specialist families, or in other terms, assassination clans, that through the years of precise practice and marriage contracts, they have nurtured genetic abilities and bloodline-specific powers. Currently, the top 5 families include the Gero family, who are the masters of poison, the Dago family, a clan of beast wielders, the Arima family, a clan of iron specialists, the Nasu family, a clan of doll users, and the newest family to the list, Kirishima family, a clan so secret that they haven't revealed their specialization. It's important to note that they actually relieved the original 5th clan, which was the Kurokawa family, a clan of fire specialists. It's through the 5 original families that all other specialties trace their abilities back, although there has been a few very rare exceptions. Most specialists, but especially the top 5 families, have secret blood art techniques that give them basically super abilities that they must keep hidden from other masters or specialists in order to maintain a shroud of secrecy about their clan. AKA, if you use this ability, you're expected to kill the person you're using it on, because if the secret gets out, the whole clan is fucked. The Gero family includes a technique in which they inject themselves with lethal poison that shortens their life expectancy but grants them unparalleled reflexes, speed, and strength. overall. Marriagetoxin is a great little guilty pleasure series being animated by one of the greatest anime studios to ever do it. It has the same whimsical charm and comedy of Sakamoto days while maintaining a much more fantastical action element. If you're a fan of supernaturally powered assassins fighting each other with a adventure of the day setup, then season 1 of Marriagetoxin, that's for you, baby. It's a great little series that walks a very fine line of not taking itself too seriously while also delivering satisfying character backstories and outcomes. So if you're looking for something with a lot more of that sugary sweetness with a little bit of depth, then I would say Marriagetoxin is probably for you. Anyways, I just want to thank you guys for checking this video out. I do have plans for future videos, including breaking down elements to past videos that I've made in a little more detail, so if there's anything you would like to see, please let me know down below. This has been Big Time Weeb Dad, and I am out.
The way they're talking about me, I don't know if they'd even believe me about the dream.
I'm worried about keeping Natsuki with us any longer. Isn't it too dangerous? I agree. You're talking about Subaru that way?
Too many uncertainties involved in relying on him.
Our memories are what make us everything we are.